Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Let's Waste Money, and here we analyze horse races. Today we are going to analyze a recent maiden winner at Oaklawn Park named Intrepid Heart, who broke his maiden by over 7 lengths for trainer Todd Pletcher. Now, Pletcher hasn't had the best of luck on the Derby Trail this year. He kind of flopped in the Holy Bull Stakes with Federal Case, and then he had So Alive in the Sam F. Davis Stakes, and he didn't run that well either. And then after this race, actually, after Intrepid Heart broke his maiden, he had Cutting Humor in the Southwest Stakes, and he didn't run that well either. So people are talking about Todd Pletcher as a big trainer who might not have a Derby horse this year. But Intrepid Heart could change things and possibly be that big Pletcher horse that people get hyped over heading into the Kentucky Derby. We'll see. We're going to look at this race, and I'm just going to tell you guys what I think of it. Partially, I'm doing this because I got a new microphone, and I just want to see how the sound quality in this works out, as I'm going to use it for my video game channel. But first, we're going to look at this horse race, and it's ready up here on YouTube. I just need to make it full screen. And Intrepid Heart is in the number 2 slot. He's going to be the gray Tappet colt, so it's not going to be too hard to find out where he is. And he's going to go straight to the lead. But there's going to be another horse that wants the lead on the outside, and his name is Better Charge It. Those two horses are going to kind of separate from the field. You can see here they're really speeding up. And normally when you see these big gaps here, you see there's a gap here. And the 3rd and 4th place horses, they're going to create a gap here too. And there's another gap here. So normally when you see gaps like that, it means the pace is fast. And the race is going at a fast pace. But I will say that when you look at the pace figures on Timeformer US, they don't mark this race as fast. So I'm not 100% sure how fast they were going. I think that it's either moderate or fast. Maybe it's fast for this level. But anyways, when you see those gaps, normally it means a fast pace. And you see that Intrepid Heart is starting to put Better Charge It away on the far turn. Better Charge It getting tired right here. But Intrepid Heart has a lot left. But I won't say this was an easy win, because you see Intrepid Heart, the jockey hits him here. That's a pretty hard hit. I mean, that's not a light hit at all. The jockey was really reminding him to get going. And you're going to see him get hit again right there. So I think he was hit about 2 or 3 times. Basically, Intrepid Heart didn't win as easy as most people will see it. The majority of handicappers will see, oh, he won by over 7 lengths. So he completely dominated the field. And I guess you could say that he dominated this field, but I don't think he won easily, because the jockey asked him multiple times for his best run. Or maybe not his best run, but the jockey definitely did ask him. So I'm not going to say this was an easy victory. You can win by open lengths and still work hard to get that win, because the two things aren't necessarily tied together, I believe. And we're going to actually take a look at the field that Intrepid Heart beat by looking at the charts right after we look at this Oaklawn commercial. No, we're going to look at the charts for this race. Not the charts. There's only one chart. Okay, you can see here that Intrepid Heart earned a 103 Timeformer US speed figures. And if you want to know what the Beyer equivalent is, you subtract 20 from 103 and you get 83. But they're not always going to be the same number, because there are different teams working on the figures for Beyer and Timeformer US. So it's possible the two teams could disagree. And we're going to check out what the actual Beyer speed figure is. Or maybe not. I thought it was there. Oh yeah, here it is. So we're going to search. Usually they post the Beyer speed figures of horses that are being talked about. And Dan Illman from DRF posted Intrepid Heart's Beyer speed figure. He earned an 81, so that's not that different. 83, 81, I'm not going to say 2 points is a huge difference. I think that's roughly the same, especially when you consider Timeformer US gives credit for pace work. Intrepid Heart did all the work on the pace. and he was pressured too by better charges. So Intrepid Heart, he didn't run that fast. Those are not fast numbers. So Intrepid Heart didn't run that fast, whether you're looking at bar speed figures or whether you're looking at time from US. There's not that much of a difference, but 103 or 83 or 81 on bar speed figure, they're not that fast. Maybe for a first time starter, but I don't think Intrepid Heart dazzled anyone with his speed figures. We're going to look at the field though and see what they look like. Speed App is actually a familiar name. I feel like he's been around for a bit. He made his debut all the way back in August, but in his past few starts, he ran 3rd with a 91, he ran 10th with an 80, he ran 7th with a 76, so I don't think he's that good. I think he's the kind of horse that will have trouble breaking his maiden for a long time. Sneeds, he finished 8th in his career debut with a 46, so I can always forgive a career debut because I feel like it's a learning experience. So this race was an improvement for him, but I don't think he's that good either. Better Charge It, the horse that pressured Intrepid Heart and had the lead for a while, he fitted all the way to 4th. And previously he ran 7th with a 91, he ran 4th with a 91, he ran 11th with an 84, so he's not that good either. We'll look at the 5th place horse, Cliff's Place. He's a first time starter. Great Nation finished 12th in his previous start with an 81. Touch Revenge finished 5th with a 77. American Heritage finished 5th with a 78. And Proud Nation finished 2nd with an 89. Proud Nation is actually a familiar name. If you look here where it says he finished 9th, he actually ran 2nd. He crossed the wire 2nd, but he got disqualified and got placed 9th. And you're going to see at least 2 familiar names here, Mr. Money and Owendale. You know Mr. Money because he ran 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And Owendale, he ran 2nd in Tackett in the optional claimer, and then he won an optional claimer. And a lot of people are high on him. A lot of people talked about him as a Derby horse because he had high buyer speed figures, but I don't think much of him, and he kind of flopped in the Risen Star Stakes. So Owendale, I don't know. He's not a good horse to me, but a lot of people like him. But Mr. Money was a proven class horse in the Breeders' Cup, which makes you wonder why Proud Nation lost by 40 lengths to Intrepid Heart. You would think the margin would be closer, but I just think Proud Nation has some issues, whether he's injured or whatever, or he needs a break maybe. So I don't think I would use Proud Nation when analyzing Intrepid Heart. Intrepid Heart, I don't think he's a Derby horse. I think if they take their time with him and maybe aim for the Belmont Stakes, because I think he's got a great pedigree for this, and we're going to look at his pedigree right now. Here's the list of Intrepid Heart's siblings. You got Commissioner, you got Laugh Track, and you got Mythical Bride. And it's interesting because Commissioner ran 2nd in the 2014 Belmont Stakes. He ran 2nd in Tonal List, and he led the field most of the way in that race. So he has a lot of stamina in him. But Laugh Track is actually a sprinter. He ran 2nd in the 2013 Breeders' Cup Sprint. So 2 completely different kind of horses, but I feel like the pedigree overall tilts towards stamina, because if you look at Mythical Bride down here, she's the dam of Vino Rosso, and Vino Rosso ran 3rd last year to Triple Crown winner Justify, and she's also the dam of So Alive, who isn't that bad, but I feel like he's not that fast. I feel like So Alive has a lot of stamina, though. I feel like if you put So Alive in maybe a 1.5 mile race like the Belmont Stakes, maybe he'll do well too. But I also think Intrepid Heart is the kind of horse that maybe will be like Commissioner, and if you put him on the lead in the Belmont Stakes, he could probably take them a long way. Especially when you consider that Tappet has AP Indy in his blood. I believe Tappet is an AP Indy, so it's the same kind of pedigree on the top side as well as the dam side, so there's no reason why Intrepid Heart couldn't get 1.5 miles. But in terms of the Kentucky Derby, no. I think it's too much too soon. I think he needs more time to develop and go through an optional claimer or an allowance race and then go through the Peter Pan Stakes. But I wouldn't put him in Derby prep right away, although I think that's what the connections will do. They'll probably try one of the late March or early April prep races and try to get all the Derby points that they can in one race. But I don't think he's that good, or I don't think he's that ready for that kind of race. I don't think he's ready for that kind of race. So that's my opinion on Intrepid Heart. I think he's going to be a good horse in the future, but I don't see him as a Derby winner. Thanks for watching. This YouTube channel is Let's Waste Money, and maybe I'll see you guys later.